Hey, let's take a look at Mega Construx Halo, the Covenant Goblin Battlesuit. This is a fairly old set. I don't know if off the top of my head, 2017. Actually, I've had it that long, and I finally decided to put it together. Another set you can get in the series would be this one, if you could get in your time machine and go back in time. First off, let's just look at the figures. Now, this is one of those tiny little goblin figures. I think they're called a grunt miner. Like I don't know, like he digs in the dirt. No, it's not that kind of miner. It's more like not a major, but a miner. So it's a grunt miner. I like the little weird volcano thing on his back. I like how the shields or the helmets are actually pinned into their heads. And the little guns. I think they're neat little creatures. I don't know anything about them. I don't play Halo. I have played it in the past. Didn't care for it that much. I mean, out of all the shooting games, Gears of War was the only one that I really did like at least a little bit. I know people are like, wouldn't you like Star Wars Battlefront? I played that with friends and kept getting tired of people shooting me in the back of the head constantly. So no. Now the articulation on this little bugger is his arms are not only on a rotation, but they swing out, they swivel. They have a hinge. His hands are on a swivel. And then his feet, well, his leg is on a ball joint and his feet are on a swivel. All right, so that's pretty much, I mean, it's really good articulation. It's fun. It's kind of funny that he's got better articulation than a lot of old, like, bigger figures do. But let's look at the Halo. This one is the Spartan Operator. He's got this blast effect where it looks like he's launched a bazooka. And of course, this is the backlash, or the, I don't know what they call it. Just basically, whenever you shoot a missile out there, you get the fart out the back of it. I'm not quite sure what it's called. But this figure is really cool. Now, I love Halo figures. I think they're amazing. I think they're detailed. I just like how small they are and how articulated they are for something that tiny. It just blows me away that people don't take enough time to actually enjoy and think that Mega makes a good product. Yes, Mega before 2012, when it was Mega Blocks. Before Mattel took it over, it wasn't that good of a quality of a product. But since they have taken over it, oh my gosh, I'm telling you right now, if you are a Lego snob, you're losing out. You're missing out on a lot of things. So let's look at this figure. He's got articulation in the knees. It's a hinge joint right there, and it's a ball joint at the leg, the thigh. He's got a swivel at the waist. He's also got a ball joint, I think, on the arm. It's hard to remember. No, I think it's a swivel and a hinge. And then he's got a swivel and hinge at the elbow, and then just a swivel at the wrist. And his head is definitely on a ball joint. I mean, you have to take off his head sometimes to put some of these things on. This one actually, it was front and back, the armor. You had to put it together. So yeah, it's a pretty cool little figure. I like this one a lot. I like the color of him. And then for the actual robot, okay, so the robot obviously is designed by these creatures. It kind of looks like them, you know, the whole proportionality, the small little short little stubby legs, the long arms, and then the bizarre body. See the least. I don't know much else how to say it. I'm pretty sure that I put mine together wrong, because there are some pieces I'm going, I can't find it, so I did the best I could with what I had left. So somewhere in the beginning of this, the colors, when you're putting together, this right here should have been the same color. So I'm pretty sure that somewhere like this right here, maybe it should have been up there, but then it wouldn't have matched this one. So I don't know. I messed up somewhere. Could have been this one right here. I don't know 100%. You get this big, huge fist. On this side, it has like prickly pears, and there's articulation right here with the ball joints. A lot of ball joints on this thing. Nice, big old, huge ball joints. Now I'm looking at this going, can I actually make this into a different type of mech? I don't know. I honestly don't think I can do too much more with it than what is already there. It's got too many, I guess, cheap pieces. Like the ball joints, I could probably build on something. No, I don't think there's much I can do. These feet are definitely cheap pieces. I call them cheap pieces because you're not constructing them out of, like, you know, your basic 1x1 bricks. Like, you know, those little tiny bricks in there. Or those are, I guess, plates. But it does have a place to open the cockpit, and you can see inside there is some detailing on the computer module. I suppose he fits in it, but I have not done that. I just like it as a standalone, basically, robot. but he is obviously a mech. Or I guess technically he's like more of an exosuit. So he's kind of in that in-between place. I guess he's technically a mech. A mech suit would have like the arms would have some kind of like him physically controlling, you know, parts of the arms, I guess. So it's kind of hard. It's one of those things that I know the difference between super robots and real robots now. That took a while to figure out. Why he even has eyes, I'm not 100% sure if, I'm not even sure if there are eyes. Well, it looks pretty cool. And he does fit inside the cockpit. He's got the little jet engines right there. It looks like what a battery compartment, or maybe it's just a magnetoscope. This does have a firing weapon. You have to push the button on the bottom. I'm afraid I'll lose it, but all right, let me see if I can do it without having to let it shoot too far. Yeah, there we go. I didn't want it to shoot too far, so I don't want it to like lose it in my room here. There. Just make sure it deflected down instead of behind me. And there's an extra missile, in case I did lose that one. And then he's got this Iron Man pulsar beam hand. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the hand right here. He does have some fingers right here you can manipulate. Some mandibles. The wrist, he has an opposing thumb. And again, ball joints everywhere. So I think it's really a cool little thing. I don't know how much I spent for it because I bought it back in probably 2018 on clearance. I usually like to get these things on clearance. But if you're looking for one, here's the UPC symbol. And again, it's from 2017. Good luck on trying to find one of these. I don't know where you get one at this day and age. eBay, I guess. Or it might be your thrift store. Speaking of which, I do have a thrift store find that I'll be doing later. All right, thanks for watching. And if you stayed this long, give me a thumbs up. That would be great. Thank you very much.